Say hey, baseball fans, and a hearty welcome here to Buchholz Park in Stevens Point as we get set for this matchup in American Legion Baseball in the Wisconsin Valley. It is the Stevens Point Sixers and the Plover Black Sox. The crosstown rivalry is back at it again, and so are we here on Zaleski Sports. My name is Mike Wendland, Brandon Bierkott alongside me, Katie Lecton on the production side of things. As you're watching the Auto Select pregame show, Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires, with locations on Church Street and Highway 10 East in Stevens Point and Schofield Avenue in Weston. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select and you're good to go. Black Sox getting their warm-ups right now. Sixers, after a 2-0 junior win, have completed their ins and outs. And Brandon, you've seen both these teams already, and I guess what have been your first impressions of these two teams so far this year?
Yeah, Mike, I think the biggest thing here is really you've got some pretty top pitching on both sides. You know, certainly Plover, you've got guys like Braylon Nystrom and Kelton Opper, Lucas Hammerly, just to name a few, certainly. And then on Stevens Point, you've got Noah Marshke and Josh Opiola. I think just, you know, I've had a chance to call all the Sixers games thus far, 5-2, and it's just clean baseball, timely hitting, I think, for the most part. Covered one Plover game and first game of the year against Anago, and they hit the baseball really well that game. And I think you're seeing a little bit smaller teams as far as number of players, but I think that equates into maybe more repetition, a little bit more, especially in baseball, being able to get some of that groove going. So I think you're going to see two really quality crosstown rivals, as you said, Mike, going at it tonight here. Looking forward to being on the call with you tonight.
Well, absolutely, and likewise. And again, these two teams, they know each other. A lot of them were teammates in spring ball and in other summer leagues, so they emotions always tend to run high when these two teams go head-to-head, whether it's here or at Memorial. And it's going to be more of the same thing, especially when you look at the pitching matchup. Former teammates from Smash, Josh Opiola and Braylon Nystrom going head-to-head. And it's gonna be a fun one, and it'll be an interesting one to see how these teams handle things as we get set on a cloudy, overcast night under the lights. So that being said, we're going to take a quick time out here from our friends at Auto Select. We'll come back, get you guys ready for the first pitch, including our starting lineups, right here on Zaleski Sports.
When it comes to vehicle maintenance and repairs, Stevens Point knows you can always put your trust in Auto Select. Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is often an inconvenience, but with locations on Highway 10 East and Church Street in Plover, Auto Select will have you back on the road in no time. Enjoy their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty, along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. Quality, dependable, automotive care experts you can trust. In Stevens Point and Plover, at Auto Select, you're good to go.
Your Auto Select pregame show continues here from Buchholz Park here in Stevens Point. Again, crosstown rivalry resumes here in 2024, as it will be Plover and Stevens Point going head-to-head. Again, Mike Wendland here with Brandon Bierkott and Katie Lecton. You look at the field here, 325 down the lines. Got the Ivy and left, 375 to the power alleys. If you go into the scoreboard, well, you wouldn't be the first one this year. I saw that in high school ball with Marshfield about a month plus ago. But both these teams have plenty of power, especially when you look at Nystrom and Marshke. This could be a game that's decided on a big power swing, whether it's a home run or a double into the alley. That could make this game what could be what you expect, maybe like a 3-2 type of game.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think you have two well-coached baseball teams. You know, obviously Wayne Sankey, we all know, has been coaching for a long time, the longtime Pacelli coach, and certainly Bobby Opiola, he's been around baseball his whole life. So you've got two really disciplined baseball teams going at it tonight. Looking forward to it.
No, and you talk about experience, and Bobby was up here for a lot of the junior game. We were talking with him and getting his thoughts on his team. It's the first time I'm seeing both these teams this year. I was covering high school ball until last Thursday. And so seeing how these teams handle it, again, different guys than what you were expecting. Plover last year was a very veteran team, a team that had a lot of 18 and 19-year-olds. All those guys are gone now. They have just a couple guys back. 3 starters are back from that team last year, and only one of their pitchers from last year is back. And so it's going to be interesting to see how they handle things with the schedule that they play, and with guys like Nystrom having to throw more innings than he threw during high school season, and guys like Tim Sackman who's going to have to pitch, Walker Livernash, all those type of guys, how they handle this season. And it's going to be the same thing for the Sixers. How is Noah Marshke going to handle another full summer after he missed an entire year? He pitched all throughout the spring. How's he going to handle another group of innings over the summer as he gets ready to go to college? So it's going to be a lot of questions to be answered over the next couple of months, but it starts here. It's started already for most of them. It's starting for me here tonight as we get set for this one. And this has been your Auto Select pregame show. Auto Select, Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires with complete auto repair services. Locations on Church Street, Highway 10 East in Stevens Point, Schofield Avenue over in Weston. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select, and you're good to go. Bobby Opiola and Kyle Zableski will exchange lineup cards at home plate with our umpiring crew. So as they do that, let's take a look at our starting lineups. I'll start with Plover, and then we'll have you give us the Sixers lineup. For the Plover Black Sox, they will start with the catcher, number 9, Tim Sackman. In the 2 spots, going to be your starting pitcher, number 17, Braylon Nystrom. Batting in the 3 spot at second base, number 10, Lucas Hammerly. In the cleanup spot in centers, number 5, Chase Geyer. Batting 5th and in right field tonight, number 8, Adam Neskoviak. Batting 6th at third base, number 16, Walker Livernash. Batting 7th at first base, number 24, Darren Grabsky. Batting 8th in left field, number 18, Willie Washington. And hitting 9th, the shortstop, number 11, Joe Shizik. So it'll be Sackman, Nystrom, and Hammerly, Geyer, Neskoviak, and Livernash, Grabsky, Washington, and Shizik for the Black Sox in their black jerseys, the pinstripe pants, white numbers, and names on the back with the classic White Sox logo across the front. And for the Stevens Point Sixers, who are they lining up tonight?
Yeah, we will start off with Jacob Garth. He'll be over at second. He'll be hitting first tonight. Kelvin Roth at short, hitting second. Noel Marshke, the first baseman, will hit third tonight. Peyton Flees, the Pacelli product, he'll be out in center hitting cleanup tonight. Caden Adam, who we saw last night, get the win. Actually, beg your pardon, he did not get the win, but he pitched a great game last night. He'll be hitting fifth over at third base. Kyle Madlena, a couple hits last night. Designated hitting the 6th spot. Zach Richter, who had the walk-off hit last night, he'll be in right hitting 7th. Dayton Kobach catching and hitting 8th. And Braylon Smola rounding out the Sixers lineup in left field hitting 9th. Josh Opiola will get the start tonight here for the Sixers.
And Sixers in their white uniforms, the blue sleeves, red script across the front, blue, and those dark blue numbers. And one thing I like about both these teams is they got their names on the back. Always easy to tell apart when you can actually see what their name is, especially with some of the really interesting names that we have over this season as they announce the lineups right here. So we're going to turn these over to our public address through our headsets and have our national anthem and everything, and then we'll get ready for the first pitch, which is coming up shortly right here on Zaleski Sports.
Noel Marshke. Batting cleanup, center fielder, number 3, Peyton Fleece. Batting 5th, playing third base, number 4, Caden Adam. Batting 6th, your designated hitter, number 20, Kyle Madlena. Batting 7th, playing right field, number 42, Zach Richter. Batting 8th, catching, number 2, Dayton Kobach. Batting 9th, playing left field, number 21, Braylon Smola. And pitching tonight for the Sixers, number 23, Josh Opiola. At this time, we would like to ask any veterans of all branches and those that continue to serve to please rise and be recognized. We thank you for your service. And now, we'd like to ask everyone to please rise
Our anthem concluded. It's time for baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Under the lights here at Buchholz Park in Stevens Point. Josh Opiola getting his warm-up tosses. A familiar name to many in the area of a multi-year starter for the Spanish Panthers, a staple of the Sixers team the past few seasons on the mound and at first base. And you know what you're going to get with Josh. You're going to get a lot of strikes, you're going to get a lot of movement, and you know you're going to get consistency. And a lot of times that's all you can ask for out of a pitcher.
Yeah, absolutely. Just that high baseball IQ, Mike. And, you know, he's finished his first year over at Bryant Stratton and getting his feet wet in the college game. And I had a chance to see him last Friday over in Rapids against Marshfield, had the complete game shutout. Just lives around the strike zone, very heady, does the right things as a pitcher, and not going to make many mistakes, Mike, I would say. So, again, looking for this to be a really good baseball game tonight.
And one of three guys who were on this team the past couple of years going at Brian Stratton, Deacon Koback, and we heard as well Garth.
Jacob Garth heading over there. That's what I hear. Yep, the second baseman.
So always good to see guys going to the next level. Of course, you on the other side, obviously, Noel Marshke going to Madison College, and Braylon Nystrom going to UWSP, staying around.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think just from the Sixers standpoint, you talked a little bit about Garth and Brian Stratton, but Kelvin Roth, I think the middle infield there, arguably two of the better middle infielders here at second and short, and Roth and
they were
Garth.
And they were a combo all year long in the spring as well.
Absolutely.
Every game they were the duo at short and second. As Tim Sackman gets a couple warm-up swings to head into the box, the defense behind Opiola can look as follows. Again, in left field to right will be Smola, Fleece, and Richter. Third base across, Adam, Roth, Garth, and Marshke with Koback doing the catching. As the first pitch of the day is inside, almost got a piece of Sackman, and we're underway. A tailing fastball that almost low three-quarters, almost sidearm delivery from Opiola. There's a two-hopper to third. Adam with a short hop pick, and he throws across in plenty of time for out number one.
Yeah, and Caden generally been kind of their everyday third baseman through the first 7 games here today and has played a very solid third base all season long.
Man, that'll bring up Braylon Nystrom. Nystrom, a guy with big-time power, had 10 home runs last summer. He's got one this year that, I think it was the Anago game. He got one almost to the school over at Roosevelt, or he almost got to Roosevelt as he takes a strike.
Might have hit the oak tree over there. I think we're commenting on that. I think the oak tree felt that one that night. Back on June 7th, in fact.
Yeah, he has some of the most picturesque homers with that highlighter bat. So he takes one outside with a fastball. It's 1-1. Might as well let the culture of Wisconsin's forever tied to life on the farm. So bring the family for a visit to Feltz's Dairy Store in Stevens Point with cheeses, dairy products, local meats, seasonal decor, and so much more. That's Feltz's Dairy Store with food, family, and fun as it's strike 2 on Nystrom. So ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, it's the same bat he swung last year. With the dark uniform, that highlighter, you can't miss it as it's 2-2. That one just missing. Opiola was a couple. The 2 balls he has thrown have not been missing by much. There's a slow chopper to third. Adam there again. Throw in time. Out number 2. So a couple of nice plays over at third base. Marshke with the stretch at first, and it's 2 up, 2 down for Lucas Hammerly. Hammerly had a big day at the state tournament in high school ball. Had a couple extra base hits, was definitely the leading hitter.
Yeah, 3 hits that day. Yeah, absolutely. Towards the top end of that Pacelli pitching rotation as well was Lucas. Him and Kelton Opper, Asher Jordan, of course.
So Opiola will look in, and again he works out of the stretch and misses high and away for ball 1 on Hammerly. It's become a trend in recent years as well to have pitchers just go out of the stretch. They don't see many windups anymore, as that's a strike. It makes mechanics more consistent. It's easier to repeat, and it's not much different of the stress on the arm depending on what the pitches you're throwing, especially for a sidearmer. There's a chopper towards second. Garth will charge off balance, throw in time. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Opiola with 3 groundouts. 1.5 innings in the books, nothing across for Plover. It'll be Stevens Point coming to the plate when we return as you're watching American Legion Baseball live on Zaleski Sports.
If you're looking for delicious, you've found it at Rock and Roll Cafe in Stevens Point. This family-oriented 50s themed cafe is open 7 to 3 daily with a great diverse menu of American and Mexican breakfast and lunch options. Enjoy dine-in or carry-out 7 days a week and always served quickly, fresh with a smile. For the full menu and more about this local Stevens Point gem on Stanley Street, visit rockandroll.cafe.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
Reminder from our friends at SC Swiderski, that an SCS apartment or home is where you want to live, work, and play all throughout central Wisconsin, the Chippewa Valley, and the Fox Valley. So no matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Visit scswiderski.com for more. Braylon Nystrom getting his warm-up tosses in. Another right-hander working out of the stretch. This time he throws a little bit harder than Opio. He's got big-time velocity and good curveball, really a two-pitch guy. Defense behind him will look as follows. Your outfield from left to right for Plover will be Washington, Geyer, and Noskoviak. From third base across in the infield, Livernash. Then Shizik, Hammerly, and Grabsky. Doing the catching is Tim Sackman, who has caught more innings than probably anyone in the Wisconsin Valley Legion League than anyone. Like, he has caught hundreds and hundreds of innings over the past 5 or so years.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, his time at Pacelli, too, he was basically the everyday catcher his entire career there. Of course, didn't play his freshman year with that COVID year, but, yeah, a lot of catching. And obviously he's a UW-Eau Claire player as well, and Tim Sackman here.
As Jacob Garth will step in. Garth had a monster spring season, hit over 400. Was a staple in the number 2 spot in the order for the Spash Panthers, hitting leadoff here for the Sixers. It's a very good contact bat. Now facing his old teammate. Fastball down, ball 1.
Yeah, I've had a chance to see Garth on the base pass, too, and sometimes it looks like he's in fast forward. I mean, he's just so much speed once he's on base, a prototypical leadoff hitter.
That bat holds steady, and he's going to turn on that one and rip it foul off the face of the third base dugout that's currently occupied by Plover. It's 1-1. Both these teams played last night. Black Sox dropped the decision to Merrill with that walk-off win for Stevens Point against Wausau. Big breaking ball in there, called strike 2. It's gonna be a battle for the conference championship this year in the Valley. Last couple years have been fairly easy to predict. This year, I have no idea. There's a swing and a miss. Breaking ball got him. And there's the first serve pro, Jamie Wenzel, strikeout for Braylon Nystrom. Again, call serve pro, Jamie Wenzel, the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration. As here's Calvin Roth. So you look at the Valley, it's wide open.
Yeah, absolutely.
Between these two teams, Wausau, Everest.
Yeah.
Merrill can be sneaky as there's a breaking ball in there for a strike. And then you get Wisconsin Rapids, they're a veteran team. They could be in this. And then you get the kind of the sleeper teams and teams like Anago, who probably aren't going to be the fixed favorites to win, as there's one outside. But they're a team that could definitely be a spoiler.
Yeah, absolutely. Had a chance to see them the first game, and
a team that
they'll be there.
A team that plays in the Double-A level.
Correct.
Which definitely changes things. There's a chopper to third. Under the glove, Shizik will not have a play, and he'll be in there with an E5. Livernash was expecting a lower hop, or a higher hop, I should say, and it just kind of scooted off the end of the glove underneath, and by the time Shizik had to readjust his route, there's no chance. And now Roth with pretty good speed over at first base for Marschke, who's pretty familiar with this ballpark. He's had some big moments, the 2-time Wisconsin Valley High School Player of the Year. He'll take a strike. And when we really look back at the last 2 seasons, Marschke and Nystrom are going to be the 2 best hitters in the Wisconsin Valley the past really almost 3 years. We go back to spring ball. Both unanimous all-conference players.
And like you mentioned, both continuing their baseball journey beyond this summer, as Marschke playing down at Madison College, I believe, and of course Nystrom will be at UW-Stevens Point here in the fall.
There's a base hit into right, a rocket of a single, and Roth is going to hold at second as a throw goes in from Muskoviak. And now 2 on, 1 out for Peyton Fleas.
And Peyton, one of those guys, a Pacelli product. He had some power for Pacelli. I believe he had 3 home runs on the season for the Cardinals.
And he probably could have had another one when they played up in Green Bay. He went deep into that center field gap where it's a soccer field with an infield attached to it, essentially. And he won about 400 feet. That one just being a double.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that has that home run potential, definitely. Peyton also playing college baseball, but I believe he'll be down at Milwaukee Tech in the fall. He'll be continuing his journey, collegiate baseball.
You know, like he also had a hit in the state semifinal, a 7th inning
Rocket
double.
Down the, Leva Strum.
There's a swing and a miss on a curveball, and it's 0-2 on Peyton Fleas.
I think the biggest thing with Peyton is just as a center fielder, we saw some great defensive plays, not only in high school, but even with the Sixers squad. Has a really good arm as well out in center. Of course, his dad played over at Pacelli and with the Sixers a number of years ago, so certainly good baseball bloodline there with Peyton.
One of the things I love about American Legion baseball, you get the family affairs going across, playing for the same team for generations.
Oh yeah.
There's a chopper toward third, and it's foul. Still 1-2 on Fleece. 2 on, 1 out, an error and a hit for Stevens Point. Roth over at second base. Ready after a throw over earlier. He's already got the jersey dirty. Marschke over at first. And a wheel back and nobody covering, and Roth will stumble his way back. And overcast skies, but still a nice night. Not as humid as it has been this week, which is always a good thing.
Yeah, last night probably close to the mid 80s, I would say. Very humid night.
As that one is up, and it's 2-2. Yeah, it's been warm and humid, which is, I can handle warm, but when it gets tougher to breathe with the humidity, that's when it gets more on my nerves. Luckily for state baseball, it was a good weather week, which is a rarity. State softball, not as much. We had a crazy rain delay on Championship Saturday down in Madison for that one.
Boy, and you contrast the weather patterns to last year at this time. I mean, I think we were praying for rain last year, and this year seemed like it rained every single day. A lot of cancellations and postponements, but glad to be playing.
Yeah, it's amazing how the season is not super long. Strike him out, throw to third in time, and they got him. Strike him out, throw him out. Ends the inning. The second Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout for Nystrom, and that'll send us to the second. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left. We have played one. It's 0-0 on Zaleski Sports.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Rocky Rococo.
My pizza!
Pizza, hand-style pizza.
I love it!
Cheese sauce, toppings and spices.
You'll love it too!
Rocky Rococo. Whole pie or slices. Hot, thick, chewy, crunchy, saucy. Rocky Rococo. Rocky Rococo.
Broadcasting live from Buchholz Park at Stevens Point, asking if your roof needs attention. Call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield today. They're your hail damage experts. They serve all of central Wisconsin with both residential and commercial roofing. If you have recent hail damage to your home or business, Seamless Commercial Roofing is your hail damage expert, and their workmanship is always guaranteed. Call them today for a free estimate. That's Seamless Commercial Roofing, 715-204-8103. Again, 715-204-8103. First pitch to Chase Geyer is down and away with a breaking ball, and it's 1-0.
And you see Adam Niskoviak, the on-deck hitter, does a lot of catching as well. He'll be out in right field tonight.
Yeah, he's in right field tonight battling I think they said a knee injury. So Tim Sackman going to get the lion's share, starts behind the plate. And for now, Niskoviak, he got a lot of innings. Going back to last summer, then into spring ball this year, as that's way down and away. It's 2-1 on Geyer. And he got beat up in the sectional day for Spash. He had one inning where I think he took 3 out of 4 pitches off his arms, and he got hit with a pitch on a swing. And there's a line drive by Geyer. Leaping catch made at short by Calvin Roth.
And that's that athleticism you see with Calvin. You've seen some of those plays this year, not only here with the Sixers, but certainly over at Spash. Just a good all-around athlete and kind of their everyday shortstop here.
Yeah, well-timed leap there, and Roth makes a nice play, robbing Geyer of a hit. So 1 out for Niskoviak. Ground ball to short. Roth stumbles. He gets it, steps, throws. 2 up, 2 down. So 2 down now for Walker Livernash, the third baseman.
And Roth, like you said, just finished. I believe it was his sophomore year over at Spash, so a couple more years for him. Certainly a bright future for Calvin Roth.
Did not come into the year as a starting shortstop, but after Zach Beekler got hurt, he took the job and ran with it. As there's a strike on Livernash. Plover still looking for their first base runner through 5 batters. Opiola with 4 ground ball outs. And that's off of Opiola, right off the belt, and he throws him out. Ball is hit right on the nose, but right at Josh Opiola, who makes the nice play and ends the inning. 1-2-3 goes Plover, and we have played 1 1/2 with no score as you're watching American Legion Baseball live on Zaleski Sports.
Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Bottom half of inning number 2. A big thank you goes out to all of our sponsors that you're seeing on our rotating lower thirds, our Fleet Farm, our scoreboard sponsor, all the commercials you're seeing, as well as Rocky Rococo's Pan-Style Pizza and Pasta, a Stevens Point favorite for dine-in, takeout, or delivery. Always supporting local and always an easy and affordable choice for your next family night out, fast food on the go, or even your next catering for a party or work function. Enjoy Rocky Rococo's in Stevens Point. Also from our friends at Next Step Prosthetics, providing prosthetic and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact them today. It'll be Caden Adam to lead things off, the number 5 hitter for the Stevens Point Sixers in a scoreless game.
Yeah, and Caden kind of that everyday third baseman. We saw him obviously last night, as we mentioned in our Stevens Point Auto Select pregame show. Went 6 innings strong.
Yeah, gave up just 2 earned runs.
2 earned runs, the 5 serve pro Jamie Wenzel's strikeouts.
First one to him is a little shallow fly into center, ranging over and running it down is Hammerly for out number 1. Good range there from Lucas Hammerly. And here comes Kyle Madalena.
Yeah, and Kyle, one of those guys who runs track, I believe, in the spring. We obviously know him from the football field and doesn't play baseball, but he's just getting going here. Had a couple hits last night, and we saw him in Rapids. A couple of hits there as well. So
yeah, played last summer as well. So he fouls that one straight back. Same with Braylon Smola.
Yeah, play Legion, but not the high school. They both run track, I believe, but certainly good athletes. Kyle, one of them, no doubt.
And both those guys definitely known for their work in the fall. Nothing in one. Nystrom works up the first base side of the rubber. That one is another roller foul. It's nothing in two. And maybe it's being too early to speculate, but through an inning and a half and one more batter, it is shaping up to be, much like the junior game was, a pitcher's duel.
Yeah, it absolutely is, and I guess I am not one bit surprised with Nystrom and Opiola here. I mean, I think you're seeing two top-tier type pitchers. Obviously, we know about Noah Marshke, but yeah, these two guys are, I think we're in for a treat here, Mike.
Absolutely. There's the third Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout for Nystrom. Again, call Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro, the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. With 2 outs, here is Richter. See September Miners Wolf from Express Employment Professionals. They have relationships with all the local businesses and job openings. Call or stop in Express Employment to find the right career path for yourself. There's one right there for strike one.
Of course, as we mentioned, Zach, our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player last night with that walk-off game winner over Wausau, 4-3.
Here's that breaking ball. Nystrom's got that curveball working early. There's nothing to do. Both guys have their breaking ball going early on. Dayton Koback on deck looking for a chance. And he froze him with the breaking ball in the inside corner front door. And the inning is over. A couple more Serve Pro strikeouts for Braylon Nystrom, and he's through 2 scoreless, and we are through 2 scoreless here from Stevens Point. So we head to the third. It's 0-0 on Zaleski Sports.
Hello, Wisconsin. Phelps Dairy Store in Stevens Point is your spot for family fun, Wisconsin style at the farm. Come have an ice cream or some of their daily made fresh cheese curds while observing the robotic barn milking the cows. Ask for a tour of the farm or let the kids see the cows up close. Various Wisconsin-made dairy and beef products, seasonal decor, and outdoor activities are just the start of the family fun that awaits you at the Phelps Dairy Store, just a half mile from Walmart in Stevens Point. Phelps Dairy Store, food, family, and fun.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine-free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
Top half inning number 3, Opiola back out for another inning of work. He will face the bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9, Gradsky, Washington, and Shizik for Plover. And reminders well as he does that from Shuta Funeral Home, your local family-owned and operated funeral home committed to serving families with compassionate, individualized, and affordable funerals. Shuta Funeral Home of Stevens Point and Plover. Mike Whalen here with Brandon Bierencott and Katie Lecht on the production side of things, live from Stevens Point. Opiola threw 2 perfect innings. He's gotten 5 ground ball outs, including one that was deflected by himself. And he will face Darren Grabsky to lead things off. Grabsky playing first base, a right-handed hitter. So Opiola who sets up pretty much center of the rubber, and he sends a strike through, and it's 0-1. Opiola, as advertised through the first 2 innings, just filling up the strike zone. Only 2 hitters have gone to 2 balls against him. It is 0-2 on Grabsky. Keeping the pitch count low. He's throwing, his pitch count's low enough around, he could seem to probably go 11 if they needed. That one outside, tried to get the chase, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, and Grabsky, I think one of those guys, too, that you might see a little bit of him pitching for the Black Sox as well. I saw him a couple weeks ago in relief. Plover playing Anago back at Memorial.
There's a sinking liner foul, just getting the bat out there on it. Count remains 1-2 strikes. You know, these guys are in their first extended playing time at this level this season. That one is up, and it's 2-2. A lot of these guys played on the junior team last year. There's a line drive into right center. That's down. That's a base hit. Played on a hop by Richter. And the first base runner of the game for Plover belongs to Gradsky. And here's Willie Washington.
And Willie, one of those athletes, we saw him pitch. I think he pitched a little bit on Sunday, I believe it was.
He did a lot of backup catching in the spring ball season. Did a lot of the undersold things that make a team successful. He squares the bunt. He drops a one foul. That had some heat on it too, down toward first.
Yeah, I had the privilege of coaching him back in the youth days and travel ball, and one of those kids that just so coachable, just a great all-around kid, very baseball savvy, and will do anything to help the team is Willie Washington here.
And so Adam now playing in. So he squares again, and this time he gets it down. It's a good one. It's going to hit the grass and roll foul. It was mere inches away from being a perfect bunt, but it just hit that thick grass down at the first base cutout and rolls foul. You can definitely see where it levels off and hit that one spot where the grass seemed like the lip was at its highest. So now 0-2. Adam will play back. Bunt sign almost certainly off. He squares again, and he bunts it foul. That's going to be a strikeout. It'll be the first Surf Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout for Opiola. And now it'll be up to Shizik with one out. Very surprising that the bunting with 2 strikes.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
But confidence that he was going to get it down. But Opiola, as that one is low for ball one. Opiola, with everything he throws moving, it's a tough guy to bunt on. Like he throws that 2-seamer. He's got almost like a cutter. He throws a slider. Like nothing he throws is lined up or straight. There's a ground ball to short. Only play's going to be at 1, and it's going to be made in time. Gradsky over to second.
Roth showing again that athleticism there, the throw on the run to get Shizik there.
Yeah, ball well off the end of the bat, just really nothing on it. Shizik hustling out of the box, making it close, and Roth had to charge that one. And he fielded it on the grass still to make that throw. So a chance for Sackman with a runner in scoring position. He will foul that one first base side now to play. There's the reason the prices on foul balls this year. You get $1 now.
Yeah, every foul ball definitely worth its weight in gold here. Oftentimes see the younger kids sprinting for those.
Absolutely, it becomes a track meet at that point. It's 1-1 on Sackman. It's always fun when you see that, see younger guys out here. And I remember back in the days when the Woodchucks would come here once a year for a game, and you see all the kids. I was one of them for a while, coming out here to watch the games and chase things down. There's a fly ball into our left center. Fleece, hat off, running it down. He's going to make a sliding play.
Great
shy
play
of
out
the track.
there by Peyton Fleece.
Peyton Fleece.
Hat off and everything.
Who flipped his own hat off, saves a run. Channeling Willie Mays there.
Say hey, Willie Mays.
Say hey, knocked the hat off, and he goes and chases it down, and we are through 2.5. 1 hit and a runner left for Plover. No scores. We head to the bottom of 3 on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, I'm Shai from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Let your job journey begin at Express Employment Professionals. Find hundreds of employers looking for a candidate like you, all in one place at one time. And let Express Employment help connect you with your future career. With locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford, you'll find local jobs right in your community, including direct hire and evaluation to hire opportunities. Express Employment specializes in light industrial, skilled trades, professional, and office careers. Begin your job journey today with Express Employment Professionals at expresspros.com.
Bottom half of inning number 3 after Peyton Fleece saved a run for Stevens Point in the top half. Might as well treat the whole family to breakfast or lunch at the Rock and Roll Cafe. Mexican and American dishes cooked to perfection daily on Stanley Street in Stevens Point. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Sixers here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, in a 0-0 game, it just has that feeling of being one of those, I think you might have mentioned on the Auto Select pregame show, just one of those 1-0, 2-1 type games possibly.
Yeah, it just could come down to pitch counts or a bad hop, any sort of things like that. As here is Dayton Kobach to lead things off. He'll be followed by Small and then back to the top of the order in Garth. Both teams with 1 hit. And both have left a runner. There's a chopper towards second. Hammerly throws him out. 1 pitch and 1 out. That's exactly what Nystrom was looking for. He's thrown significantly more than Opiola, getting those 4 strikeouts. He's had to work deeper in counts. As Braylon Smola will check in. Again, another guy probably recognized more for his work as a running back, but a good hitter and blinding speed.
And his dad up here in the score booth tonight doing the scorekeeping. Doing a fabulous job at that is Jim Smola.
That's down and away for ball 1. Defense playing straight up. There's a chopper foul to third. And it's a ball and a strike. On Smola. Playing in left field for this one. These guys, Louisville Slugger bouncing off that right shoulder. Breaking ball swung on and missed. It's 1-2. There's that breaking ball. Did he go? He did. And the tag applied by Sackman. They're going to throw to first anyway and secured. As they said, he did have the tag as he dropped the ball. And eventually, it becomes the 5th serve pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout for Nystrom. Very fascinating play that was. A.J. Ligman making the call over at first base on the appeal.
Yep, A.J. covered a few of the Pacelli basketball games here for Zaleski during the winter season.
As there's a half swing and he went around for Garth. It's 0-1. He also was one of the few selected for state softball.
Yeah.
Had some big games. I think he was.
Absolutely.
I think he was at doing the plate for the Kaukauna game, where their 108 game winning streak came to an end. I think he was doing the plate in that game.
I think you're absolutely right. Been around the game for a long time, and
game that made some national news.
Yeah.
So it's 1-1 here. This is the longest, at that point, longest active winning streak in the country. It was 4 short of a national record.
108, I think. Yeah.
It was 108 when the Milton Redhawks vanquished the Ghosts. As that one is outside, 2-1. Garth takes a little bit of a walk, clears out. Looks like he may have got a mosquito out of his eye. The other downside of humidity, you get to deal with the bugs. 2-1 is on the outside corner with a strike. 2-2.
As you mentioned, 1 hit apiece here tonight.
Yeah, Marski and Grabsky with the hits, the 2 first basemen. There's a ground ball to second. Grabsky is there. Nystrom covering, makes the play. 3-1.
Good cover there. Good sequence. Grabsky to make the play, and Nystrom covering. Nice job there by Plover.
And the Sixers go down in order. We have played 3 complete. We've got no score as you're watching American Legion Baseball in the Wisconsin Valley, live on Zaleski Sports.
After a couple years of a job that doesn't fit, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That is where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Would cooking be a good fit? Try on a career in welding. Perhaps the outdoors suits you better. Or maybe helping people is a better fit. No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options, making Mid-State the perfect fit.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
We move on to the fourth. No score. Opiola gets his warm-ups in. As he does that, reminder as well that Staub Construction is a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Staub Construction, spell it S-T-A-A-B, a 100% employee-owned company. Also, our friends at Cheese Pleasers in Bancroft, their local hidden gem filled with all the finest cheeses, snack sticks, cheese curds, and cheese trays. For Wisconsin's finest cheese, stop at Cheese Pleasers right off I-39 in Bancroft. It'll be 2, 3, and 4. Nystrom to lead things off for Plover against Opiola, followed by Hammerly and Geyer. Nystrom grounded out his first time up, so he'll take one inside for ball 1. And of the 9 outs, 6 of them on the ground for Josh Opiola. He's got a strikeout, a line out, and a fly ball. That one inside. It's 2-0. And this is where you got to be careful with a guy like Nystrom. You don't want to leave one out over the plate. And Opiola, very smart move there, going to a little of a slider there or a cutter. It's 2-1. That is outside. It's 3-1. Went to the same pitch, but that's how he yanked it just a bit further. I think Nystrom sitting dead red fastball. And he does, and he gets a mighty hack and fouls it straight back. Full count, 3-2. Come on, Braylon Nystrom. Looking to help himself here. And he fouls that one straight back, get another one to hit. And there goes a youngster going after it. Some takeoff like the Energizer Bunny going to chase down that foul ball. 3-2 yet again. That one fouled off again, that time off the fence.
And a pretty nice crowd out here tonight, out at Leo Cub Manchesky Field here at Buchholz Park in Stevens Point. Certainly the two crosstown rivals always draws a nice crowd.
And no one had to travel very far.
No.
There's one knuckled foul again to right. And Nystrom working and going on 8 pitch at bat now. This will be number 8. Devin Longest at bat for either team so far tonight. He said during the break this game was flying by through 3 innings. It took about half an hour. There's a rocket into left field, a base hit for Nystrom, and he's aboard.
And just the second hit here tonight for Plover.
Adam didn't even move. He had no chance at trying to get that one.
For sure.
So here comes Hammerly. He grounded out to second base his first time up.
Lucas, one of those guys I think we've seen hit from both sides of the plate, at least did a little bit over at Pacelli in a few games we saw.
He squares and he drops down a good bunt. Only plays to first, made in time, sacrifice successful, 5-3. And Nystrom goes over to second base, so now a chance for Chase Geyer to drive in a run. Geyer, a guy who was a breakout star last summer, really kind of, I'm not going to say came out of nowhere because all these guys are pretty well known, but he really broke out and had a massive summer last year, hitting mostly in the 3 spot.
Covers a lot of ground too in the outfield, Mike. Just really impressed with his athleticism out in the outfield. I think played a lot of left maybe last year.
Yep. Yeah, you had Jackson Fox in center. Geyer played a ton of left.
Yeah.
And I think he was second on the team in RBIs behind only Nystrom. There's a high pop-up on the infield. If it went as far as it did high, and the ball was made and the catch by Garth. Yep. Call that one the elevator shaft.
And not a ton of wind tonight, so that certainly makes things a little bit more manageable.
It's a still night trying to cut through the humidity. That one, like I said, if you've ever seen the movie 42, it's a home run in an elevator shaft. So 2 outs for Noskoviak. He grounded out to short his first time up. He'll take a strike on the inside corner. Bill looking to work through 4 scoreless. Gave up the leadoff hit, then the sacrifice, and then the pop-up. It'll take a hit to score Nystrom. That one outside, 1-1. Kovac tried to bring it back.
Yeah, and Josh, one of those guys that will try to work those corners. Again, as we mentioned in the pregame, just very savvy in terms of his pitch placement.
That one down, it's 2-1. And you had brought it up during one of our breaks when we were talking. The kind of the style of like a Glavin, a Maddox, a Hobie Milner, the guys who are, they're not going to overpower you, but they're going to be pinpoint.
Efficient.
Efficient. There's a high pop-up again on the infield. Garth immediately calls for it, and he's got it to end the inning. So Nystrom leads off the inning with a single. He is stranded, and we're already halfway through this game. We have played 3.5 with a scoreless game on Zaleski Sports.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
it's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Bottom half of inning number 4, Nystrom just getting out there now to get his warm-ups in. He was on second base. So he took some time, got some water, and he'll head back out. As he does that, he might as well from Little Scholars and Little Scholars Beginnings, 2 beautiful child care and preschools in Stevens Point, offering early child learning for infants through 4K. You'll find great facilities and a comfortable environment to help your child grow. Visit littlescholars.com to learn more. Again, that's littlescholars.com. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 for Stevens Point here in the 4th. It'll be Roth, Marschke, and Fleece against Nystrom. And we'll see how long it takes Brennan to settle in after he had spent the entire inning on the base pass in the top half. And again, he took his time getting back out here, which is when there's no time limit or pitch clock, that's a good thought process to just give yourself a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, absolutely.
As he promptly spikes one in front of the plate.
Yeah, so Roth reached on the E5 back over in inning 1 here.
And he ended up being caught stealing on the strike him out, throw him out with Fleece. Now that's a play that we may look back on later as a very key moment in the game.
Turning, yeah, absolutely.
Which is weird to say in a play that was in the bottom of the first, but in a game like this where it might be the next run might be the only run, a play like that will loom large. So here is Calvin Roth. And like you said, he reached on an error back in the first. Ground ball to third that Livernash couldn't handle. Right-handed hitter. Now Livernash will play up at the cutout of the grass, a couple of steps in front of the third base bag. And he squares the bunt. He takes a called strike on a breaking ball. 5 strikeouts for Nystrom in the game.
And just that one hit to Marschke back in inning 1.
There's a chopper toward third. Livernash steps, throws, got him.
Yeah, good play by Walker there.
Yeah, strong arm.
5-3 put out.
Actually, for those who keep him score at home, yeah, Livernash, he kind of fielded it. It kind of was stuck in the palm of his glove, too. He didn't field it cleanly, but he put a lot on that throw to first.
Certainly made up for it in that throw. Yeah, absolutely, Mike.
And here is Noah Marschke
with him as well.
And here is the one of the other fun matches to keep an eye on. Nystrom against Marschke, round 2. Breaking ball is up and away, ball one. Marshke, who's got big-time power, and it's become more recognized well that when you're facing a power pitcher like Nystrom, you don't need to swing hard. The harder you throw, the easier the work is for you as a hitter to get distance on the ball.
Yeah,
it's 2-0.
Laws of physics definitely come into play at that point.
Like if you put a fastball on essentially on a tee for Marshke, you can hit it over toward the Hughes service sign. Go for the river. That is up, and it's now 3-0 on Marshke.
Flea's the on-deck hitter here for Stevens Point.
Another guy with home run power. Taking all the way.
Taking all the way, yep.
You could hear in the dugout saying he just threw you 3. Basically, the universal sign for you're not swinging the bat here. Even though in recent years, especially, I've noticed a lot more guys have been swinging 3-0.
Swinging at 3-0, yeah.
Man, that's ball 4. Marshke draws the walk. So the first free pass given out by either team tonight. And Marshke with 1 out is on base for the second time. It's here is Peyton Fleas. He struck out back in the first. Again, that was part of that strike him out, throw him out double play. As those opinion reminders from our friends at Fleet Farm, they have everything you need for summer fun on the water. So check out their huge selection of kayaks, water, towable, fishing gear, and more. So shop in-store at a store near you or online at fleetfarm.com. Of course, also, if you're looking for clothes or candy or whatever you're looking for, they're going to have it there.
Yeah, Fleas had that diving catch to rob Tim Sackman. That would have, as you mentioned in our break, could have been a double or triple.
That's
at that
off
point.
of Nystrom. It's going to roll into right center, a base hit. Marshke's going to go first to third. Fleas on his way to second. The throw is going to be in there, and he's in there diving with a double. A hustle double for Peyton Fleas as Hammerly took a long time to go get that baseball. A very long time. And Fleas fires his elbow guard back toward the dugout and hustling all the way. Fleas is able to leg it out. Man, again, Marshke, there's a big chance here for the Stevens Point Sixers. Infield, or corners are going to play in against Caden Adam. He popped up to second his first time up on a really nice play in shallow center by Hammerly last time. As now Stevens Point looking to strike. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Bottom of 4. We don't need to say it is a big at-bat here.
Yeah,
We just
the
one out.
1 out here. Couple runners in scoring position.
Ground ball to third. Livernash dives and knocks off of him. That's going to be a run. And it's going to be an infield hit.
Well, Marshke coming across for the first run here of the game. And the early 1-0 lead now, and Fleas over to third.
He'll give it a hit, and they ask
They're
us.
going to call that a, yeah, looks like they're going to score that a hit.
No, I would. It was he dove in. It wasn't a routine play.
Right.
I definitely lean hit on that.
Yeah, ball hit hard, no doubt.
So that'll bring up Madalena. He struck out back in the second. He takes a strike. So 2 hits in the inning. 3 in the game for Stevens Point. Nice looking to limit it to just 1. That one tried the front door breaking ball and it misses in. It's 1-1. And I don't think we're going to see Caden Adam on the move with first and third. But that's a common play. I mean, the Brewers tried to run it yesterday. Ended up not working. There he goes.
Oh, there he goes.
He'll step off. They got him picked off. They're going to try and go home. And they're going to let him
And they're going to let Adam back, so.
That's a smart play.
Smart baseball there. Lucas Hammerly there.
By both teams. Really well.
Absolutely, with Fleas over at third there.
If they had made one more throw, I think Fleece might have taken off. But Adam gets back to second. And even worse, maybe even trying to draw a balk call.
Yeah.
A lot of pitchers, a lot of younger players don't understand that type of play. There's one fouled back. It's 1-2. As the baseball stadium in play, someone dropped their phone down the steps.
Thought for a moment that got through the fence, and I'm like, there's no way that could have, but yep, that was a phone.
So 1-2. Slide step. That's fouled off.
And
right at the plate.
Staying alive here.
Went back to the breaking ball. Richter stands on deck. 1 run is in on 2 hits, though the run was that walk to Marschke that came around to score.
And still just the 1 out here.
And corners playing in, double play depth up the middle. Runner goes, ground ball into right field, a base hit. Adams going to turn second. He's on his way to third. It's going to be 2-0.
And the RBI for Kyle Madlina, keeping the hot bat going here for the Sixers. Second night in a row now.
That's 3 consecutive hits off of Nystrom. Yes, here is Richter. He was called out on strikes his first time up, back in the second. And with the runner going, Adam took third base easily as Grabsky was trying to get off the bag when he was covering, and it got past his dive. The run was going to score either way, even if he makes the play.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially with that speed that we've seen from Peyton.
For sure, and it's a strike on Richter. It's 0-1. 2 runs on 4 hits. Throw over to first, in with a dive is Madalena. Now, this is one where you might think about the first and third type play with his speed over at first base for Kyle Madalena.
Yeah,
Nystrom going
intermediate lead there, and he's
there
going.
He goes. Chopper to short. That's going to bring in a run. That's going to be bobbled at short by Shizik, and everybody's safe. That'll be an E6.
E6 there.
It will be an RBI for Richter. That's 5 consecutive runners, and that's going to draw a meeting on the mound.
That's Coach Corey Opper coming out here to say a few words.
Yep, he'll go in, talk with Nystrom. And immediately the Jeopardy music they played it, which is, well, he's funny. A guy I used to work with in college was actually on Jeopardy a couple days ago.
Really?
Yeah, he was our SID when I was at college down in Des Moines.
Oh, no kidding.
So he came in. He just came in second. He had 14,000 when he lost at the end of it.
Ken Jennings now the host of that. I don't think that I've watched it in a while, but
yeah, I haven't really either. I kept an eye when Ty was on there just because I've known him for so long, and he was hoping to knock off the 14-day champ.
And he walked out of there with, you said, $14,000.
Well, that was his final total. I'm not sure how much of that they keep.
Yeah.
But he ended up in second. He put a big threat.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's good information, definitely. Be a good trivia question. We'll see if Katie remembers that. Katie in production, maybe like 3 weeks we'll ask. See if she's keeping astute notes here tonight.
First and second, 1 out. And squaring to bunt, Kovac. I think that hit him. It's a strike. That's the second time I've seen that in 2 years where a guy bunts and it hits him right in like the ribs or arm.
Yeah. And Dayton certainly used to taking a little bit of punishment, the catcher obviously here.
And luckily for him, he wasn't leaning over because it was an inside pitch. If he had been leaning over the plate, they probably could have called him out.
Yes.
For being out of the batter's box.
He looks like he'll be okay, Dayton here.
He'll have a bruise from that one.
And the Sixers usually have him and Matthew Ostrowski. They're 2 primary catchers here thus far this season.
Yeah, Ostrowski, a Roshold Hornet.
Yep.
A guy who reminds me a lot of Tim Sackman. Ostrowski does.
He does, yeah.
Not
kind of a student of the game.
Not the biggest guy, but just very fundamental.
He'll use all of his frame to do what he needs to do. Absolutely. Saw him pitch a little bit over in Rapids this weekend as well, in the Rapids tournament.
Yeah, one of the standouts of that Roshold team this past couple of years. As there's a wheel back to second, Medlina is in there standing.
Roshold in the CWC South, of course.
Man, for a long time, one of the powers of Wisconsin in baseball. They were good for very, very good for a very long time.
Yeah. Down at State, was it, 3 years ago, I think?
3 or 4,
Came up just short. Guys like Isaac Sikaj, Blade Nevedomsky. And
exactly. Under the late, great Jack Brooks.
Yep.
Doing the coaching for them for all those years. And going back to Richter's and McHugh's. And 1-2 strikes on Kobach. It's been a long inning for Nystrom. This is exactly what Stevens was looking for. Not just the runs, but they're driving that pitch count up for Nystrom. Maybe a chance to get into that bullpen. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball with another Surf Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout for Braylon Nystrom, and that'll bring up Smola, the 8th hitter of the inning.
Yeah, I think that's number 6 on the Surf Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout board.
You are correct. Opiola with 1. That was the 3rd strike bunt by Washington. Over at second base, Madalena Richter over at first. That's a high fastball for ball 1.
So Braylon 0 for 1 here tonight.
Yeah, he struck out back in the 3rd inning. There's a cue shot foul at the very end of the bat. Peyton Fleece can't make the play. Coming out of the dugout, it's 1-1. So he makes the sliding catch in center, but he can't make a play on a ground ball to the dugout. 1-1. Now another breaking ball fouled off. Nystrom really starting to lean on that curveball more and more this inning. That's what he trusts the most.
Yeah, and it's really been, I would say, overall working pretty well for him.
Yeah, really none of the hits have been hit extremely hard.
No.
I mean, Fleece's double was deflected off of Nystrom. Now into the dirt, blocked by Sackman. Everyone has to hold their spot. 2-2 the count on Braylon Smola.
And Timmy, one of those good defensive catchers, you know, we've talked about, I know, in prior broadcasts, but another one of those guys that plays great defensive, good footwork. And
especially here, there's a decent amount of room behind home plate as well.
Oh, yeah.
And foul territory. And there's one that gets through right as we say it.
And as soon as I say, yeah.
Be a wild pitch. That'll advance everyone up 90 feet. But it's one of the bigger foul territories. It's not the biggest in the conference. That would be Marshfield.
Yeah, Marshfield is.
That has a cavern in their field, but it's just so much foul ground. It's almost like Oakland. Full count. A chance to break this one open with a crooked number. And it's ball 4. He missed high and away.
So Smola on board now.
The second walk of the inning for Nystrom. And now we go back to the top of the order as here is Garth, the 9th hitter of the inning for the Sixers. He's there, might as well, no matter the job, big or small, look to Wood Street Rentals to get the equipment you need to get the job done. Offering a wide range of equipment needs and delivery to any job site, look to Wood Street Rentals in Stevens Point. Another breaking ball down and away, ball 1.
Yeah, Kelvin Roth led this inning off here. He's over in the on-deck area here for Stevens Point.
Yeah, there's 5 straight base runners in the inning and 6 of 7. And that's outside. It's 2-0. And here's, again, a big pitch. You don't want to fall 3-0 against a hitter the likes of Garth.
And certainly nowhere to put him either.
Absolutely not. Good speed at the corners especially. He swings away, hits a fly ball into center. Geyer ranging over, still going. He'll make the catch in the gap.
There making it look easy. Chase Geyer, as we mentioned just a few moments ago.
Absolutely. So 3 runs on 3 hits in the inning. There was an error. And 3 runners left. We have played 4 complete. We do have a score now. It is 3-0 Stevens Point on Zaleski Sports.
Shuda Funeral Home in Stevens Point and Plover is your local, family-owned and operated funeral home providing families with compassionate, individualized, and affordable services when you need it most. The loss of a loved one is a difficult fact of life that Shuda Funeral Home will ensure you won't have to face alone. Shuda Funeral Home will guide you through the process from in-person visitations to creating obituaries and tributes. Pre-planning can also be a great way to ease these topics for your family. Learn more at shudafuneral.com or bring your questions and stop in. If you're looking for delicious, you've found it at Rock and Roll Cafe in Stevens Point. This family-oriented 50s-themed cafe is open 7 to 3 daily with a great diverse menu of American and Mexican breakfast and lunch options. Enjoy dine-in or carry-out 7 days a week and always served quickly, fresh, with a smile. For the full menu and more about this local Stevens Point gem on Stanley Street, visit rockandroll.cafe.
We move on to the 5th. Opiola now up and got a lead 3-0. At crooked number for Stevens Point in the 4th off of Nystrom. It'll be Livernash to lead things off, followed by Grabsky and Washington. As the throw goes down from Kovac Reminder as well. They'll get Culligan Water. Only $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water, CulliganH2O.com. Today, Mike Wendland here with Brandon Biricott, Katie Lecht on the production side of things this evening. So we crossed the bottom of this 8 o'clock hour. We're about an hour into the game. We're in the 5th inning.
We're already in the 5th, yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. 2, as we mentioned in the Auto Select pregame show, 2 premier pitchers.
It looks like Shizik getting loose in the bullpen. And Livernash takes ball 1.
Yep, that is
Look, number 11.
Joe Shizik over there.
Which means that if he's due up 4, so they're probably going to hit for him then. And let him warm up. And there's a strike. It's 1-1. Livernash hit a rocket off of Opiola back in the 2nd inning, was thrown out. Both pitchers have taken a couple of hits today at strike 2, right on the outside corner.
Yeah, Josh had that wherewithal to stay with that baseball and make the play on that.
So we'll see if Nystrom goes out for the 5th. There's a ground ball to 3rd. Adam steps, long throw, and plenty of time for out number 1.
Play over there by Caden Adam.
Knowing who was running, he took his time, made a strong throw across to Marski. And here's Darren Grabsky. Grabsky has one of the 2 hits today for Plover.
Yep, he had that nice single out to right center back in inning number 3.
Ended up being stranded over at 3rd. That was 2 straight innings. Plover had a man at 2nd with less than 2 outs. As Grabsky takes a strike.
Willie Washington, the on-deck hitter here for Plover.
We'll see who would then be on deck after Washington. There's a line drive foul.
That's
first
good
base
for another
side.
concession souvenir, perhaps, for someone.
Yeah, so we can go get themselves a soda or save up and get a burger.
Couple of folks sprinting here.
High chopper over toward 3rd again. Adam steps and throws him out. Marski with a good stretch to keep the bag.
Yeah, it was a nice stretch. And Noah over at first, obviously, I think he's about 6'3" or so and has that long range and that athleticism as well. And
so left-handed, which helps as well for a first baseman.
Yeah. Yeah, a couple 5-3 putouts here. Caden Adam getting his work in here in this 5th inning.
Yeah, Opiola just working, wearing out the infield grass here in Stevens Point. Washington Hill, a little serve.
That'll be a base hit for Willie.
Just a serve up the middle on a little end of the bat swing. And they need a hitter. It was, Shizik is due up. I can't tell if that's him walking up now. I can't see the number. He is.
That is Shizik.
So he hustles back from the bullpen, gets his batting gloves on, no practice swings, and now he'll go and hit. He grounded out to short his first time up, and that was a nice play by Roth back in the 3rd inning. And he'll foul that one straight back off the curved end of the screen, or the angled end. It's 0-1. As well, a big thank you to our game day sponsors tonight: Lee Ayers Jewelers, Blinds and Designs by Kelly, Point Insurance, and Premier Auto. That one down. It's a ball and a strike. Shizik would love to reach and flip things over to the top of the order and Tim Sackman.
Yeah, and Tim had that ball that was hit right on the screws, but again, Fleas made that great play on it, but Timmy hit the ball square.
And much like we're seeing a few times with Panther on Panther, where that was Cardinal on Cardinal.
Cardinal on Cardinal, yep.
There's a mosquito on your back.
Thought you were giving me a good old-fashioned pat on the back, but I appreciate that, sir.
Good old attaboy, as it's 2-2.
Good old attaboy. Yeah, as Mike mentioned, the mosquitoes definitely starting to come out now here.
There's a line drive, or one swung foul. First base. Yeah, whenever the humidity starts around this time of year, we're a couple of days away from the official start of summer.
Yeah, Friday technically.
Or as we call in the fourth season of Wisconsin, construction. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball down and away, and it's chased. The second serve pro, Jamie Wenzel, strikeout for Opiola. No runs on a hit and runner left. We have played 4.5. It is 3-0 Stevens Point on Zaleski Sports.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Bottom half of the fifth. Nystrom back out there. Reminder as well that Mutual of Wausau Insurance has been protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent nearest to you. Roth is going to lead things off again in the fifth inning. He's 0 for 2, reaching an error. He grounded out.
Grounded to third. Yep, back over in inning 4.
That would be the lone out for quite a while for Plover defensively. 5 consecutive reach after that ground out, including a walk and 3 consecutive hits and an error.
Yeah, he led that fourth inning off.
But he's made his mark defensively so far in this game for sure. The first one to him from Nystrom is down, ball 1. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Stevens Point. They've left 4. No runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for Plover. They've left 3. There's a fly ball into right center.
Hit pretty well there.
That's going to be in the gap. That's extra bases.
Extra bases.
That's at least 2. That's going to be 3. Roth around second on his way to third. Hammerly's throw is going to be late. It's a leadoff feet first triple for Calvin Roth. And you said it earlier after you had that error, after we reached on the error, the speed that he brings that one. You could tell once it hit the grass, that was probably going to be a triple.
That was going to be a triple with Calvin, yep.
Especially, again, the grass, not high, but it's not low grass either. So
yeah,
the ball doesn't quite bounce
of course,
like most ballparks.
Yeah, Stevens Point playing on the turf over the weekend over in Rapids, and turf certainly does different things.
For sure, as Noah Marshke will step in. He's reached base twice, singled and walked. He scored the first run of this game. Corners will play in to try and cut the run off. And it's in there for a called strike on Marshke. Update as well as, well, this game's in the bottom of the fifth. They just started in Anaheim. Brewers on their West Coast trip.
Yeah, the third of 3 games in that
against the Halos
contest.
It's 1-1 on Marshke. Yesterday, Sal Frelick, the hero of the day.
And Brian Anderson on that call, pretty epic, I would say. Mike?
And, of course, Jackson Trio had the Little League homer. There's a sent foul.
Marschke 1 for 1 tonight. He had the base hit back over in inning 1 and walked and scored a run back in inning 4 here.
Marschke is doing what Noel Marschke does. He's scheduled to pitch tomorrow.
Yep, Stevens Point hosting Wisconsin Rapids out here at Buchholz Park tomorrow night.
And that's going to be bobbled at short. That's going to be an error, and that's going to bring in a run.
So Roth scores.
It'll be an RBI for Marschke. Yeah, Shizik, he took a kind of a loopy angle and tried to play it where he could make an off-balance throw and just ate him up. Third error for Plover. Now here is Flees. He had a hustle double. Back in that 4th inning, he had one off of Nystrom that rolled into shallow center. He was able to take second, and then the ball's thrown away. Grabsky couldn't handle it. Marschke, though, will stay put at first base.
Yep, Flees had that run scored as well. 1 for 2 here tonight.
As Katie pulls up the Brewer game. That's going to be swung on and missed in the dirt, and Marschke is going to take second.
Katie doing a good job on production as always. Katie Lecton here.
As we look at William Contreras had launched his bat toward the Angel dugout. Got to put some more pine tar on there and get back at it. It's 0-1 on Fleece. Wild pitch gets Marschke to second. Ground ball to third. That's off of the shin of Livernash.
Livernash.
That's going to be another error.
Marschke being sent around here.
And he will score. It's an E5. And it's 5-0. Stevens Point.
Caden Adam had that single and run scored. Last.
Was a drove in a run.
Drove in a run as well, yep.
And so that's 4 errors by Plover, all on the left side of the infield. Livernash with 2 and Shizik with 2.
And still nobody out here. Bottom 5 here.
Now one missing inside. Now with how the pitch count has climbed the last couple of innings, this is probably Nystrom's last inning.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't.
It's 72,
72
so he's still
right
in
now.
decent shape. Runner going, there is no chance. What a jump by Peyton Flees. And he steals third without any problem whatsoever. He took that one on Nystrom. He just took off. There's one hooking foul toward the bullpen. Be 2-1 on Caden Adam.
Kyle Madlena, the on-deck hitter there for Stevens Point.
Again, corners playing in, looking to cut that run off and keep this at 5. There's one pop straight back again. 2-2 now.
Yeah, certainly a lot of baseball left, no doubt about it. Yeah, hard to believe that we're already in the bottom of the 5th here, Mike.
Agreed. His game has been moving pretty well. There's a swing and a miss. Sackman's got to secure it. It's a low throw picked by Grabsky to get the out.
Nice scoop there by Darren Grabsky.
That's a big play by Grabsky on what was not a good throw.
Darren just finished his sophomore year over at Spash.
Likely to take over one of the guys that will be competing to take over at first base for Marschke and Reckner.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 1 out for Madalena. He singled home a run back in the 4th. It's 1 for 2. There's a chopper a second. That is going to be good enough to get the job done. Hammerly throws him out, but it's 6-0. RBI ground out. Update as well over in Schofield. 9-4 Everest winners over Anago. Actually, that might have been softball, actually. That was actually softball.
That ball skied.
So pop up on to third. Livernash makes the catch, ends the inning. So again, stand correct. That was actually a softball score, 9-4 Everest. Everest is playing Wisconsin Rapids right now. We'll have the scores around our network when we return. So we go to the 6th. 6-0 Stevens Point on Zaleski Sports.
Rocky Rococo.
My pizza.
Pizza, hand-style pizza.
I love it.
Cheese sauce, toppings and spices.
You'll love it too.
Rocky Rococo. Whole pie or slices. Hot, thick, chewy, crunchy, saucy. Rocky Rococo. Rocky Rococo.
Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
With the Foundations playing over the PA system, Build Me Up Buttercup. It's 6-0 Stevens Point. A couple updates. Our other 2 games going on Zaleski Sports in American Legion Baseball. DC Everest leads Rapids, or Everest 3-1 in the 6th. Again, Everest softball got a win over Anago. So 3-1 in the 6th, Everest. Zakarski pitching currently for the Rangers. And over at Memorial and Plover, it is adult baseball. 7-3. The Wisconsin Rapids Redhawks leading the Plover Pterodactyls and 7-3. That game in the bottom of 7. As the Brewers take the lead on a Reese Hoskins sacrifice fly. There's one followed straight back by Tim Sackman, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, Timmy 0 for 2 tonight. He flew out to center and grounded to third here.
I was looking, shout out to Pam Zielinski watching, saying, "Go Sixers." There's one popped up, foul territory. Marski trying to navigate everything. Will he have a play? He reaches across, does not quite have a play. It's 0-2. 3 runs in the 4th, 3 runs in the 5th for Stevens Point. 6 runs on just 5 hits.
Yeah, and I think we've only had 1 base on ball surrendered between the 2 pitchers tonight, Mike.
Two.
Or 2.
Nystrom had 2
oh,
in
you're
that
right.
4th.
Yep.
That one just missing
right.
outside. Yeah, it's 1-2. Top of the order for the Black Sox, Sackman, Nystrom, and Hammerly. That's a half swing and defensive swing, and Sackman
fouled that one off, yeah.
Self-preservation, as he had started his stride forward and then just ran in on him, and it was just get whatever you can out of the way. And luckily for him, it got the bat and not him. That one up, 2-2.
Nystrom, the on-deck hitter here for Plover.
Yeah, you got to think, here in the 6th, this is the key inning. If they want to have any chance at a comeback, they need to get something here.
Yeah.
It looks like Grabsky's starting to throw in the Plover bullpen.
Certainly with your top of the order here and Timmy Sackman.
That's one fouled straight back, and it's still full, 3-2. Hopefully we're ready back on the bump, ready to go. Again, working out of the stretch. Probably our front runner for a player of the game. There's a ground ball to short. Roth steps
good play there by
and throws him
Calvin.
out. What a play by
What a
Roth.
range 6'3", out number 1 there.
He made that play look much easier than it was.
Yes, he did.
So here's Nystrom. He is 1 for 2. He singled back in the 4th. And I would tend to think right now, I think Opio will probably be our front runner for our Highlight House player.
I think if it stays on this trajectory, no doubt about it.
Throwing a 3-hitter through 5 1/3. 1 hit in the 3rd and 4th and the 5th for Plover. They've not had an inning where they've had multiple runners on base yet today. It's 1-1 on Nystrom. That's a strike. 2-1. Infield playing back. Pregame all swung on and missed. A little bit of a sweeper there. 2-2.
Yeah, and Josh, I think he's probably got about 3 or 4 pitches in his arsenal.
And again, everything moves.
It does.
He's got that sidearm angle. And that one
Nearly
somehow missed.
Caught.
Nystrom in a few different ways. Counter run full, 3-2.
Of course, as you mentioned, Braylon playing college baseball for Point.
And he'll take a one-out walk.
Base on ball there.
First walk of the day. Throw given up by Opio, and here is Hammerly. 0 for 1 with a sacrifice. Don't think he's going to be doing that this time. Nystrom off of first, not very far. Man, it's a strike on Hammerly. Hammerly in that 3 spot. Chopper could be 2, but it's deflected. That's going to be off of Garth.
For Garth there.
Yeah, that's got to be a base hit.
Yep, they're scoring it a hit.
And they'll be at the corners. And that's one where there's no blame at all on anyone. That's one if Opio looks back and he watches this game back, he's thinking, if I just let that go, it's probably a
Maybe
double
a
play.
chance for 2 there, yeah.
It would have been almost tailor-made 4-3 because Garth was going right to the bag.
Yeah.
Either way, a chance for Plover here, 1st and 3rd. For Geyer, fly ball on the right. That'll get the job done. Slicing to the corner. And it's past Richter. That's down. That's at least a run. Geyer's going to be at second. They'll be at 2nd and 3rd on the RBI double by Chase Geyer. Hammerly went back. He went halfway just to be safe in case that ball was caught. Richter made
he made a nice play on that, Mike. Yeah, definitely.
He gave it the old college try for sure.
Yeah.
And just got off, just past his glove, and he did a good job to get it back in, holding Hammerly at 3rd. But now, chance for Plover to put up a big number here and get back into this game, down 5 for Neskoviak, who's 0 for 2. Base hit, could score 2. And that one right down the middle, strike 1.
Yeah, Zach had a lot of action over in Rapids, the Rapids tournament out in right, kind of their everyday right fielder.
And he'll definitely pitch some this year, I would think, this summer.
Oh, yeah.
There's a line drive. That's a base hit in the left. They're going to hold Geyer at 3rd as Hammerly is in to score. It's now a 6-2 game. A walk and now 3 consecutive hits. After that deflection, that'll draw a meeting on the mound. As Bobby will go and talk to Josh.
Yeah, and pitch count, I think Josh still in pretty good shape here, but...
and Katie on the spot with game changer at 80.
80 pitches right now.
So he's definitely in a good spot to, at the very minimum, get through this inning.
Yeah. Oh,
but
yeah.
At this point, it's now just limiting the damage to just the 2. You got Livernash up now, who's grounded out twice. And is a double play candidate. And Skoviak, not a guy who, again, he's been
battling
banged
some
up.
knee issues maybe a little bit over there. So
I don't think they're going to try and get the first and third play going. So a chance for Walker Livernash. As we inch our way closer to 9 o'clock. There's a ground ball to short, or second, could be 2. 4, bobbled by Garth. He makes the tag, throws the first, and he got him.
And a double play there. Garth staying with it.
Hey, we just said he was a double play candidate, and Garth does it himself mostly. And turns it. Plover does score 2 runs on 3 hits, and they left 1. We go to the bottom of 6. It's 6-2 Stevens Point. You're watching American Legion Baseball live on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Hello, Wisconsin. Phelps Dairy Store in Stevens Point is your spot for family fun. Wisconsin style at the farm. Come have an ice cream or some of their daily made fresh cheese curds while observing the robotic barn milking the cows. Ask for a tour of the farm or let the kids see the cows up close. Various Wisconsin-made dairy and beef products, seasonal decor, and outdoor activities are just the start of the family fun that awaits you at the Phelps Dairy Store, just a half mile from Walmart in Stevens Point. Phelps Dairy Store, food, family, and fun.
Bottom of 6, and Braylon Nystrom is over at first base. Darren Grabsky will pitch. He will face 8, 9, and 1. A pinch hitter to start things off.
Yeah, looks like Coy Carlunas will pinch hit here in the number 8 spot.
So Carlunas will hit for Kobach. And Smola, and then back to Garth. And you said you saw Grabsky throw.
Yeah, saw him back a couple weeks ago against Anago. Looked pretty good again. Just completed his sophomore year over at Spash. He'll certainly be one of those arms, the right-hander that Coach Wayne Sankey will no doubt rely upon in this Legion season.
So you threw a lot in juniors last year. So Carlunas will lead things off. Yeah, it's hard not to just listen into the Billy Joel as well over the PA system.
One of those songs that you'll have in your head all night. At least I probably will.
Always.
There's some songs that just kind of stay with you. So
it'll always still be rock and roll to me. So here is Carlunas. Comac was 0 for 2. So Grabsky, the first pitcher we've seen tonight working from a windup. And the first pitch is sent right back where it came from into center field, a base hit. So Carlunas with a leadoff single. Little chuck and duck from Grabsky. Now here is Smola. He is walked and struck out in the day. So Grabsky looking to put up a 0 here and give his team a chance in the 7th. They're going to need 4. Yes, he'll step off. He's going to call Sackman back out there to just make sure they're on the same page.
Yeah, and Grabsky will lead things off hitting-wise in inning number 7.
Yeah, it'll be the bottom of the order.
He's due up at least at that point.
Yeah, so it'll be bottom of the order. Yeah, Plover, the team is a little short-handed so far. They've been battling injuries so far all summer. A couple of guys out.
Yeah, and I think they'll be heading over to Escanaba this weekend for a tournament.
Yeah, had a couple outs. There's a throw to second, is in time, and Sackman from
and
his...
a good throw there by Timmy Sackman over to Lucas Hammer. The Cardinal to Cardinal connection there.
from the crouch, he throws out Carlunas for out number 1. That was a late jump and a perfect throw. And Hammerly was waiting for the slide. So 1 out. There's a ground ball up the middle.
Ball hit sharp.
Shizik
Good
takes
play there by Shizik.
Makes a big hop
nice
and throws him
range
out.
there by. And he's a young guy too, you know, just I think finished his sophomore year. So certainly some youth here, but that was a nice play by Joe Shizik there.
Is it a long-term plan for Plover, I think, building this team?
Yeah.
A lot of younger guys. Sackman, the only overage player who is a previous graduate.
Yep.
There's a breaking ball down and away on Garth. It's 1-0. They do have their share of seniors, guys like Geyer and Nystrom.
Nystrom, yep.
There's a
Ball
deep drive into
well.
left. Washington still going back. So with a play, and he makes the catch.
And Washington,
the edge
nice
of the warning
play
track.
out there.
So ends up being a scoreless inning. The 1-out single is erased on the caught stealing. We will go to the 7th. Your score 6-2. Stevens Point, last chance for Plover. They need 4 on Zaleski Sports.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine-free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
Hi, I'm Shai from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
We go to the 7th. Last chance for Plover. They need 4. They got the bottom of the order to do it against Opiola. Back out to try and go the distance. Yeah. Grafsky, Washington, and Shizik.
Yeah, and I think right around that low 80 for pitch count here for Josh.
Yeah, the one-pitch double play definitely helped.
And I think certainly still a lot of baseball left, but Josh certainly right now may be our highlight house player. Again, a lot of baseball left here, but he's pitched very well.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who you'd go and talk to. Peyton Fleece is an option. Caden Adam. And obviously Josh as well. We'll let you and Bob make the call when you get down there. It's strike 1 on Grabsky. That is unless we get a comeback here. There's still
still a lot of baseball.
Outs to work with.
Remaining here. Never over till it's over.
As we saw last night with the Brewers, it is never done until the final out's recorded. 1-1. On Grabsky. Grabsky 1 for 2. That's a strike right at the knees. Well located. And it's 1-2. Opiola 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, giving up 6 hits and 2 runs. That one just a touch out, maybe a bit low. 2-2. Plover just has to find some base runners here and get to the top of the order. If you can get it to Nystrom, that would be ideal if you're the Black Sox. There's a ground ball to short. Grass throws it down. Roth steps, throws in time. Out number 1. And I think I had said this during the high school season. I'm trying to figure out who Calvin Roth reminded me of. I don't know if you remember David Eckstein.
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of the way,
absolutely.
kind of the way he throws with his full body.
Yeah.
Katie looks over. She has no idea who David Eckstein was. Former Angel and Cardinal. Won a World Series, I think, with both teams.
I think I might have had him on one of my fantasy baseball teams back in that period as well.
He's one of those guys and there's a strike on Washington. Just all hustle all the time. And you see what Calvin Roth throws. He throws it with his whole body, gets into it, and he's kind of the same size as Eckstein too. As there's one down low. And that's 1-1 on Washington.
As you mentioned earlier, if Plover can somehow find a way to get back to guys like Nystrom, he certainly had the 10 home runs last year for Plover. Certainly one of their main power sources if you can get back to that spot.
He had 10. Geyer had a handful as well.
Yep.
Opiola hoping that doesn't happen. He's trying to shut the door here. He gets a late swing and a miss on the fastball. Still plenty on that fastball. He hasn't. He was never overpowering, but that velocity hasn't dropped either.
No.
Just consistent.
Still lots of movement as well tonight, Mike.
Consistent, reliable, strike 3 called. The third serve pro, Jamie Wenzel, strike out for Opiola. That's one the backwards K. And Shizik is the last chance for the Black Sox. He is 0 for 2, a ground down to strikeout. And now if you're Plover, you got to get it to Hammerly. That's outside, ball 1. Ground ball up the middle. Roth ranging over. It's under his glove and into center field. A base hit.
Will be aboard for a base hit.
Roth just couldn't quite get there in time. And skips under his glove, so a base hit. Plover now out hitting Stevens Point.
And you're back to the top of the order here in Tim Sackman.
As here is Sackman. So if you had told me before the game, and we look at the score, if Plover would be out hitting Stevens Point. But the 4 errors have been one of the big keys, whereas the defense for Point has been very strong. Pop up to short. Roth fittingly makes the call on the catch and ends this one.
6 here.
No runs on a hit and a runner left in the inning. And your final score, it is Stevens Point 6 and Plover 2. Stay tuned. Your Nasonville Dairy postgame show is on the way next. Brandon's going to go out and talk to Bob Opiola and a victorious Sixer player when we return on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Keflatiri, Kefla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Keflatiri, Kefla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Your Nasonville Dairy post-game show starts now. Get those fresh cheese curds made daily. And Marshfield, Curtis, or NasonvilleDairy.com. We're going to send things down to the field with Brandon Bierenkott, with Bob Opiola and Josh Opiola. So, Brandon, it is all yours.
Hey, he doesn't think I know.
All right, we are back out here, Leo Cub Manchesky Field here at Buchholz Park. Head coach Bobby Opiola, you guys played last night. Obviously, you'll play again tomorrow night, but importantly, you guys win tonight. You get a 6-2 victory. Pretty good pitchers duel, I would say. Some good defense. You know, I think 13 hits between the two teams. Big victory tonight. Talk about tonight's game, Bobby, if you would.
Yeah, I think we played well. Josh threw a lot of strikes. We put the ball in play. This is a tough infield play. It's slow at times, and it's got a little lip around the inside, so it's tough for those players come from other teams here to judge those plays. So they had some tough bounces, but we took advantage of it, scored some runs, and Josh kept throwing strikes.
Josh really did. And we were talking about that a little bit in the pregame and certainly during the game. Josh just so efficient. You know, he's kind of reminds us of a Greg Maddux, kind of a Tom Glavine type pitcher. He's going to be efficient. He's going to keep his pitch count low. He pitch strikes, like you said, kind of works the corners of the plate. Anything else about this victory tonight? You guys are back at it tomorrow, I think, right out here against Rapids tomorrow night.
Yeah, we're playing 3 games in a week, which we like, back to back to back, so they get in a rhythm, get a bunch of at-bats, and play in the game. Once they keep playing the game, hopefully you play solid defense and play the game well.
Absolutely. Well, Coach Bobby, anything else before we let you head off into the Buchholz nighttime here?
Just a good win for us.
Good win. Nice job, Bobby. That's head coach Bobby Opiola again. Stevens Point comes out of here with a 4-2 victory. And Josh Opiola here, we just mentioned here, I think that time that Josh spends at 212 Fitness really pays off. He said his dad doesn't think he goes there. Well, I can vouch. I see him there quite a bit. Josh, you pitched nice tonight. I think your pitch count, you went the full 7 innings tonight. Very efficient. You kind of worked both sides of the plate. Talk a little bit about a performance like that.
Yeah, I'm not an overpowering pitcher with the fastball, so nitpicking at the corners, getting batters off balance with off-speed pitches, it's going to help me a lot throughout pitching.
Yeah, and you definitely did that, Josh. I mean, I think you worked the outside, the inside, and as you mentioned, I think you had 3 strikeouts. Just very efficient. You had good defense. I mean, we saw Calvin Roth just playing dynamite shortstop tonight. Anything else as you guys go into the later part of the season here? I know you're just about a week and a half in, but where do you go from here?
As long as the defense keeps on making plays, we get timely hits, we will keep on winning. So key is defense.
Key is defense, and as your dad Bobby said, you know, just getting those timely hits, having the pitching that you had in the defense, clean baseball. Josh, I think you probably know the drill. I don't know if you do or not. Kind of, sort of. Okay, so I'll count you down 3, 2, 1. You'll say your name and that you're in the house, and then we'll have you be on your merry way. So we'll count you down with 3, 2, 1.
I'm Josh Opiola, and I'm in the house.
Josh Opiola, nice job tonight. That's right-hander and also Brian Stratton product, Josh Opiola. He goes a complete game tonight, gets a 4-2 victory. Some good defense on both sides. 6-2, sorry, Mike correcting me there. But again, Stevens Point will be back at it tomorrow night. They will host Wisconsin Rapids out here. I believe that's a 7:30 game. As Coach said, 3 games back to back to back. But overall, a nice game here, crosstown rivalry game between Point and Plover. For tonight, I'll be signing off. Brandon Bierenkott on the call, and obviously Mike Wenlant doing a phenomenal job as always as the play-by-play guy, and Katie Leckton out on production. You've been watching to and listening to American Legion baseball here tonight on Zaleski Sports. Have yourselves a good Wednesday night. Back out here tomorrow night, Sixers baseball, Wisconsin Rapids. Have a good night.